Hey YouTubers, let's have us a Bible study. I have my love letter. Let's talk about gardens. We want to go to Genesis 2, and we want 8 through 17. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the garden made the Lord to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from hence it was parted and became to 4 heads. The name of the first was Pison, that is it which compassed the whole land of the Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. There is barium and the oxen stone, and the name of the second river is Gihon. The same is it that compassed the whole land of Ethiopia, and the name of the third river is Hedekiah. That is it which goeth towards the east of Assyria, and the 5th river is Euphrates. And the Lord God took the man, and put him in the garden of Eden, and dressed it, and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden thou mayest eat freely, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. Let's go to 3, and we want 1 through 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree in which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. Let's go to 8 and through 10. And they heard the voice of the Lord walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden. And the Lord God called unto Adam, and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. Let's skip on down to 23 and 24. Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the garden of Eden to till the ground from hence it was taken. And he drove out man, and he placed at the east of the garden of Eden cherubims, and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. He did not stop from the tree of life from people coming to it. Okay? I want to make that clear. He kept the way. It does not say that it was kept out. Let's go to 13. And we want 10. And Lot lifted up his eyes, and behold, all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest into Zoar. Let's go to 1 Kings. And we want 21. And we want 2. And Ahab spoke unto Naboth, saying, Give me thy vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near unto my house, and I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it. Or if it seems good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money. Well, let's look at your vineyard and your garden as your spiritual life. Here comes Naboth wanting to come in and take Ahab's vineyard in his garden. What is it? It's your fruit. You know, the goodness that Jesus Christ living in you it is. So let's go to 2 Kings. And we want 21 and 18. And Manasseh slept with his father and was buried in the garden of his own house. They used to bury themselves on their own property. In the garden of Uzzah, and Ammon, his son, reigned in his stead. Let's go to Job 8. Job 8 and 16. He is green before the sun, and his branch sootheth forth in his garden. That one was most definitely different. Let's go to Songs of Solomon. And we want 4 and 12. A garden included is my sister, my spouse, and a spring shut up, a fountain sealed. Let's go down to 16. Awake, O north wind, and come, thou south, blow upon my garden, that the spices thereof may flow out. Let my beloved come into his garden, and eat his pleasant fruit. Let's go to Isaiah. And we want Isaiah 1 and 30. For ye shall be as an oak whose leaf fadeth, and as a garden that has no water. I wouldn't want to be like that. Let's go to 65, Isaiah 65. And we want 3. A people that provoketh me to anger continuously to my face, that sacrificeth in gardens, and burneth incense upon the altars of bricks. Let's go on down. Which remaineth among the graves, and lodged in the moment, which eateth swine's flesh, and both are abominable things, is in their vessels. Let's go on down, because it's still got 2 little dotties, which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. Those are a smoke in my nostril, a fire in that day burnt all the day. That sounds like people that's in the White House now. Let's skip down to 17. For behold, I created a new heaven and a new earth, and the former things shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. Oh, wait a minute. That's 66:17. No wonder that one didn't work out. Well, we got us another one in there. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree, in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination, and the mouse, they shall consume together, saith the Lord. Let's go to Jeremiah 2 and 7. I brought you into a pleasant country, to eat the fruit thereof and the goodness thereof. But when ye entered, ye defiled my land, and made my heritage an abomination. That one was not right neither. we're going to go on anyway. Let's go to Jeremiah 6 and 15. Alrighty, and it says, were they ashamed when they committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore, they shall fall among them that fall at the time that I visit them, that they shall be cast down, saith the Lord. Now, I understand now why I put these other verses in here, because this is something that has to do with the Garden of Eden at the very beginning. Let's go to Amos. And we want 4 and 9. I have smitten you with blasting and mildew, when your gardens and your vineyards and your fig trees and your olive trees increased. The palmer worm devoured them. Yet have ye not returned to me, saith the Lord. Well, if you look at this, because the fruit was no good and all, the blasting and the mildew and everything, it just keeps on going. The bad fruit you got, the worst things that come upon you. Let's go to 9, Amos 9, and we want 14. And I will bring again the captive of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and habit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. Now I looked up garden in my concordance, and it's 1593, 1588, and 1598. Garden, to hedge about. Alright, then I looked up vineyard. Vineyard is 3754. A garden or vineyard, vines, and vintage. Well, YouTubers, I hope this helped you out. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye.